Okay, I think I'm live. Let me quickly switch to the default scene. And let me make sure that the stream is actually working now with audio. Let us see. My channel. Alright. But here's the thing. Where's the audio? Okay, I think I'm live.
Yes, the audio's finally working. Let's go. So basically, guys, what I did today is I made a Deathswap plugin, code. You guys should care about this because it took me many hours to make. Many hours. So basically, I'm going to explain to you guys the code that I've written so far, and then we'll go on a coding adventure. Actually, technically, it's programming. I think coding is ones and zeros. Programming is actually higher level languages. That might not be true, but I think it is. But anyways, on enable, which is when the plugin's enabled. Get command. Sorry if this is all sudden. Subscribe today. Get command. Name equals Deathswap, set executor, configurable Deathswap commands, which is all of my commands that enable Deathswap and stuff. And then it registers events, but then it says the plugin is enabled in the console when you're starting up the server. Get server.get console center, plugin is disabled in red when it's disabled, and of course green when it's enabled. Selection screen. This is where you can select different things, like it's literally a GUI, graphical user interface. Lots of code, no one really cares about this. It all basically, it's just different inventory screens that have different items in them. Inventory events, this one's the big class with like 266 lines of code, 265 technically. But I don't know why it has that space there, but I kind of like it. It doesn't matter. It just makes it seem like I have way more code than I do now. Of course, now I have 300. So is it kind of fair? Nah, but I like to have one space there because it can come in handy actually to have one space. Even two spaces might be better, but you might see all these yellow things and think, oh, there's a problem. Oh wait, that actually can be simplified. It's actually right for once. But I have so many of these. Does it do it for me? No, it doesn't. No, I'd have to actually simplify it. Yes, I could put an exclamation mark, I believe, right here. And then, nope, right there. But then it would check for true, and then I have to just remove the true. It would take more effort than I'm willing to put in. It would take like a minute and a half. That is more effort than I'm willing to put in. Hey, this works. I don't care if it can be simplified. It works. These are all the different menus, and this is what happens when you click on them. Like extra game settings, it'll do mobs, do nether, all my variables that I've called in extra game settings as public Boolean variables. Did I just mess something up? Let's hope I didn't. The swap timer, which is just the settings for it. It's not the actual swap timer. Grace period change. I don't actually have Deathswap working yet. I just have the menu working. But if we were to build artifacts and then build, which I'm not going to do right now, then if we did /reload confirm, ignore the chat, F3 and D, /Deathswap configure, which if you just do /Deathswap, it brings up this menu, /Deathswap start or configure. Now currently, /Deathswap start does absolutely nothing because, yeah, Deathswap isn't working. So, configure, Deathswap configure. Configure Deathswap. You can configure the countdown timer, no countdown timer. Like, it just swaps you randomly. 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1. 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You guys get the point, and 15. And then we have, next up, I should probably have made a back button, but no one cares about that. Next up is the grace period. No grace period, which is like at the start of the game. You don't have time to prepare your materials. You just have to go. The swap timer starts, and then depending on the timings that you've chosen, which I'll show you guys in a second, to swap between, like, yeah, it's kind of complicated, I know. Basically, no grace period gives you no time to prepare to kill other people when you swap. 1 minute gives you, like, time to prepare for, like, traps and stuff. And 2 minutes is also time. 5 minutes does the exact same thing. So does 10. So that's great. There might be configurable. Ooh, it's a rainbow effect. But see, there might be a way later where you could configure it with, like, your own numbers. Especially the thing that I'm going to show you guys in a second, which is the swap timer. This could be important to configure. 1 to 60 seconds. Like, you could do /Deathswap configure, and then you could enter in values. Like, /Deathswap configure, swap timer, all one word. and then enter in the values in seconds. Like, let's say you wanted 30 to 150, 30-150. And now, what is the reason that I'm making this plugin? Well, you see, me and my friends have I want more views on YouTube, and I want to put Fundy's name in the description so I get views. If you guys don't know Fundy, first subscribe to me, of course, before subscribing to anyone else. You know I'm a trustworthy YouTuber that would never put Fundy's name in just to get views. No, I would never do. I mean, well, you guys would too, to be fair. Like, it's free views. Well, just never mind. Forget I said any of that. Basically, yeah, what Fundy is he's a YouTuber that makes Minecraft plugins and does programming like I do, except his programming is somehow even more lame than mine. So unsubscribe. I'm kidding, Fundy. Fundy, you're a great YouTuber. But also, please, Fundy, have them subscribe to me, even though I'm not a big YouTuber. If Fundy sees this, you gotta tell your viewers to subscribe to me. Fundy, come on. The programmers need subscribers. Anyways, yeah, but that would be a pretty useful thing. / Deathswap configure, but then you could enter in times. Like, / Deathswap configure, and then swap timer, and then 30 to 150, let's say. And then it would configure 30 to 150. Right now, it's just going to pull up this menu no matter what you put after it. Next up after the swap timer, starting tools. You can give people tools to start with if you want to. It's a feature that I kind of came up with. I don't think other people have thought of this before. Maybe they have, but I didn't get this idea off anyone. Wood starting tools, so they get like wooden tools, stone, iron, which also includes a lava bucket, or I mean a water, just a bucket, empty bucket. And then diamond, which also includes a bucket as well as diamond tools. So that's great. And then the last thing would be extra game settings, which are all working except for experimental enable / disable the nether. Until people get back to me on Reddit, hey, go look on the bucket forums for my forum post. I think I made myself GameCube 77. Maybe I was Tech Talk. Or just look on Reddit. I'm Inventored. I don't know. Just either way, I think that's who I am. Honestly, I forgot. Just, okay, whatever. But the point is, I need help. Basically, this line of code here, anyone wants to chat me what's wrong with this, if you guys have any clue what this does. Basically, in the inventory events, right here, this is where it disables the nether, which it's fine, it disables correctly. It'll unload the world. But then if I want to re-enable the nether, here's the thing. Server, in fact, I should probably, for debugging purposes, Control X this down here. And oh yeah, it does return, so that's weird. Okay, because I was going to say, I am worried about putting that. What did I just do? I just did something really bad, didn't I? No, I didn't. I actually didn't for once. Nether enabled and nether disabled. Perfect. So that's probably way better for debugging. Now I should probably Control X, Control V, and then delete those two lines. Perfect. So now it's better for debugging, I'm sure. So I'll quickly save all, build artifacts. But here's the thing. It disables the nether just fine by basically unloading the world. And maybe I should set this to false. Maybe something would change. I'll experiment with it. I don't have anything good in the nether, so I'm not going to be losing anything. But then what it's supposed to do is server bucket server. This is the line that's giving me problems, I believe. I'll try changing up this line right here that unloads the world. But create world isn't actually just going to create the world. If the world already exists, it'll re-import it. New world creator name world nether. So here's the thing. Watch. I'll show you guys what this is doing that's wrong. Build artifacts, build progress bar. If I do /reload, confirm. Well, here's the thing. If I do /deathswap, well, here. First, I don't know if I already, wait. Obsidian. Wait, can you stack? Okay, I was going to say me and stack flint and steels then.
then we got a problem. I may have already disabled the nether in this world, in which case the nether will no longer work. Because here's the thing, look. Yeah, look. So as you guys can see, if you do /deathswap configure, look, and you go into extra game settings, you can enable or disable mobs, which works just fine. It just sets the game rules. Same with enable/disable precipitation, works just fine. Disable fire damage works if you want your players for some reason to be immune to fire and lava. I have to make that a capital D for disable, whatever. And then the night, which will also enable/disable. All of that works, except for the nether, which you can disable, but then you can no longer re-enable it. And if I actually look into my console here, loaded 0 spawn chunks, preparing spawn area 0%, time elapse, and then that's it. It just does nothing else. And if I run a command, maybe like op shock bit, nothing changed. The player's running the operator, so it's done with that process. It's completely finished that, but it's still not gonna let me go into the nether. Like, I've tried using multiverse to see if the world works. I can import it manually with multiverse. Then if I build a portal in the nether, I can leave the nether if I MVTP to it. It's just really weird. Let me try setting that boolean to false really quickly. I don't really know what this does. I think it's just like saves the chunks, which might help, because I think part of it is because of that. Alright, build artifacts, build. And then once that's done, we're going to stop the server. And then we're going to go back to my desktop. And once we have the plugin built, we can run the batch file. And back to server list, we will wait for this. Let me check the chat. No chat. Maybe it's just me. Maybe YouTube has something different. Sign in chat. Open a web browser. Oh, YouTube. Okay, this is sad. Anyways, yes, let's join localhost. So as you guys can see, plugin is enabled. It did it all correctly. Now, what it's not doing correctly is joining me finally. So as you guys can see, it works. Oh yeah. Wait, but I didn't disable the net. Okay, I'll take it. It's working so far. Wait, what happens if I disable the nether? Well, I'm not going to try that. That's probably just going to break something. Let us turn these sounds way down. Thank you, desktop audio. You needed to be turned way down. But now you guys see /deathswap configure. If we actually disable the nether. So now, of course, you can't go into the nether anymore. But then if you /deathswap configure enable the nether, well, I don't know why it does that. It's because of how I programmed it. It's not going to save that state, which I could implement. There's no point. But look, in the console, preparing spawn area 0%. No matter what I Google, it does not work. It just doesn't. Where's Reddit? No one's probably replied to me. Have they? No, they have not. And of course, where is Bucket? Of course, Bucket. I've tried Googling it. Where is it? Bucket. Alright, we're just going to go onto Bucket's website. Where's Bucket? Bucket.com. Oh, I'm Tech Talk on here. That's perfect. Now, where's my thread? Where on earth did my thread go? No, help. It's help with loading a world. Look, here's the code, and of course, now it's slightly different, but it doesn't matter. It's still not going to load. Maybe it's just 1.16.1. I don't know what the issue is. We're just going to continue dev on the other parts of it.
Let's fix that capital D really quickly in here. Because it's not going to really bother me, but for someone it might, so. Extra game settings. Enable or disable. Here it is. It might bother someone. I don't know, so I'm just going to... Why is this keyboard... There we go. Enable or disable. And then we will build artifacts, make that a new build, and if we reloaded it, it would work. Reloading isn't the best idea, and I do have a decent computer. Like, you guys want to know the specs? Here, just, I don't know, just figure it out yourself. RX 580, Ryzen 5 3600, 16 gigs, 3200 megahertz RAM. Blah, blah, blah. If you guys don't know what a Ryzen 5 3600 is, it's basically a 10th gen Core i5. But slightly better for productivity and about on par for gaming, although maybe the i7 scores, or the i5 scores higher, but not by much. So it's like, it's fine. But do mobs equals true, fire damage equals true, daylight cycle, weather cycle, do nether. This looks all good. Also, where, okay, my live chat still has nothing. Wait, is it trying to use Flash? No, that was just Chrome being annoying. Okay. Hello. We have to comment. Hello, everyone. Imagine if I was one of those YouTubers where their chat's just flying by. Just imagine it. Why is it, what is that variable supposed to be? When you click on it, I am kind of stupid. Alright, now let's make the actual events for Deathswap. So, events, new Java class. And we'll do Deathswap main events is what we'll call this. Implements event handler. I think that's how you do it. Probably not. If I'm right, nope, it's implements listener. Of course it is. Implements listener, we will not need this event handler. Perfect. Now, at event handler. Alright, now we actually put in our events. So, public void on, and then here's what we need to do. Every second. So, run an event how would we need to do this? How would this have to work? This is so confusing. We needed to just swap the players every few seconds. So first we're going to make it a hard 60 seconds. So schedule a task to run. See, half being a good programmer is just knowing how to Google. That was a quote that I just stole from someone. Sorry, I forgot what your name is. I'm sure if someone said it, I'd remember it. Someone said that, but anyways, it's true. It's very true. Like, every programmer has to Google stuff. There's no one that doesn't. Like, someone from NASA posted something, I guess, or something, and they said, like, I'm a literal rocket scientist in NASA, and I had to look up the equation to find the radius of a circle or something. So it's like, hey, everyone needs Google. Google is very useful. It's probably your most useful research when you're programming. But anyways, how about we go schedule a task to run bucket. That usually works. I put that in all caps. Calling a scheduled task to run. In 60 seconds, bucket. That is sure. Perfect. Oh, and if the server lags, it shouldn't affect anything. That's great.
Alright, here's a tutorial website. Okay. .schedule sync delayed task. This message is shown after. 20 ticks 1 second delay before run is called. Okay, that makes sense. So I see how this works. But I don't know how I would really implement this, because where is this? What should this be, an events or what? I'm gonna try this. Alright, this might work. Bucket.getScheduler.schedule. What? Oh, this is stupid. Well, there's not much then that I can do, is there? In what event? But, alright, so this is, oh, perfect. It is. So then on what? Can I make a custom event to fire? I probably could an on player move. And then I could probably make a custom class that gets fired that runs an event. Like wait, okay, hang on. Creating custom events. Oh, this looks pretty easy. But that's .call event. Oh, that would be in run. Then it would do the thing. No, but... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so easy. Public. Okay, but where would this need to be is the thing. I'm going to try it in here. Public, final, that would make sense. Class, because it's really not going to change or vary. Custom. I'm just going to literally call mine, yep, swap, Deathswap timer, because that one's called swap timer, I believe. Swap timer. It'll probably change. Oh no, this needs to be... Oh. But then it would have to implement a listener. Okay. I'm just going to make a new class at the root of this and hope that I'm doing this right. No, I'll make it in events. Whatever. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. How about Deathswap timer event? That's probably way too long. And then extends events. I did not do that right. Extends event. Yes. Alt enter to import the class. Perfect. Alright. Now what does it need? It probably needs, yep. I am not doing this right. I am definitely not doing this one right. Alright, it's fine. Public class Deathswap timer event extends event. Oh, or .bucket.event.
isn't it? Yes! Yes! We found out how... Why isn't it still not working? Is it... Oh, this has no event under it. Okay. I've done it! Mwahaha, I feel all powerful right now. So we're going to actually implement this later because it doesn't look like they used @override. Why not? You know, it doesn't matter to me. If we have to include @override later, then we do. But first, private static. I'm sorry for ripping off this tutorial. Final, but no. Handler, excuse me? Handler list. Handlers equals new hand. I'm just learning this for the first time. Handler list. I hope I'm saying that right. And then, of course, we need the private. Of course, this is fine. String. Obviously, we're probably going to be deleting the string message, but this is just to make sure that I'm doing this right. To copy exactly what they're doing. Then I can vary it. Public. And then custom event. Okay, so Deathswap timer event. String. Okay. String. I've never used this website before, but it is extremely useful. Extremely highly recommended by what I'm seeing so far. String, I've never seen this website before. Example, but it's useful. Message equals example. Then we'll see if it works. Of course, that's it for that. Public string. Get message, return message, public handler list, get handlers, return handlers. Oh, perfect, it got rid of the error. Public static. Hopefully this is fine. Public static handler list. Get handler list. I have no clue what any of this is really doing, but hopefully I'll learn. Return handlers. Alright, well that's going to return handlers. With that, so it should just say example. Event dot get. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try this. Deathswap main. Nope. We're gonna go into. We just need a random thing. How about an extra game settings? Will it work in here? We'll have to go into inventory events. Yeah, it probably will have to be. We'll just do it in... Yeah, we're going to want to do it in here. I know it's a lot of code. We're just going to do it on the daylight one. Okay, night enabled. So when it's night enabled, we're going to fire this custom event. And it should work. Nope, it's called Deathswap timer event. Event equals new Deathswap timer event. And then, of course, sample message. We're just going to literally copy exactly what they do without copy pasting. I like typing it out.
I'm using a really bad keyboard right now. This is probably not a good idea to do. But it doesn't matter. We're going to space this out just so I know which code is which. Then we're going to do, so it's going to call the event. Okay, bucket.getServer.get, no, .get plugin manager, okay. Get console senders for sending messages. Call event, that's fine. Alright, I see how this works now. And then bucket.getServer.get broadcast message. And then event.get message. Okay. And then in my event, .get message will return the message, which would be example, but I thought we set the message somehow. Or is it example until you set the message? I bet it is. No? Okay, we're just gonna see what this does. Build artifacts, build. Okay, it seems to have worked. I don't care about typos. So now when we do the night thing, /reload, confirm, and then we do /deathswap, configure. Oh, this is something. Enable / disable the night. Sample message, but then, so sample message, but what did we set it to in IntelliJ here? I'm just using IntelliJ. Sample message. If I say subscribe, then will it change it? Because then I'll know exactly what's going on if it does subscribe. Well, I won't know exactly how it does it unless I check back at the code. Subscribe, build artifacts, build /reload, confirm, /deathswap, configure. Yes, okay. I kind of know how this works. It's good that it's doing that and not the way that I would know how it's doing it. Because if it was the way that I would know how it's doing it, then it wouldn't be doing what I would need it to do. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Let's check the chat. Chat, there is nothing in the chat. I am very sad. Wait, maybe it's just this thing being buggy and annoying. Maybe in Streamlabs. Maybe I've been live for half an hour and I have no chat. Oh, because it's stupid bad boy Halo streaming. No, yes you are. We all know you are. Anyways, no copyright today, stream. No copyright today, because I don't even care because I don't make money and that all probably falls under fair use. But fair use is just using it for review videos and reactions and stuff. So I believe that it falls under fair use, which is The Verge's PC build, for example. I'm not going to criticize that today. I'm just going to say that does fall under fair use. So they sued a bunch of people. Or they didn't sue them, but they complained and got their videos copyright strike and stuff. Because, well, they wanted it taken down. But then I guess they quickly undid that action because they realized that it fell under fair use. Because, yeah, it does clearly fall under fair use to use that stuff. But anyways, okay. So it's working like it technically kind of should be. Is it working like I know how it should be working? Not exactly. Just, alright, but here's the thing. On Deathswap timer event, so when the event gets called, okay. So when the event gets called with the certain parameters, all the code will run. Oh, this is hurting my head right now. Oh, this is hurting my head really badly. Oh, I need to think about this. Oh, give me a second. You know what? It is time for me to grab snacks and water, and it is time for a break. So guys, be right back. Okay, are we back? Yes, we are back. Let me quickly close the door down here. And we are back just like that. I want to give a quick shout out to Cordy Snicket, the only person who commented on this video. Or commented on this live stream. So shout out to Cordy Snicket. Go subscribe to him. And subscribe to me. But yum applesauce, I don't know. I just grabbed this because it was the first thing I saw. And Pirate Booty. Both. So if you hear crunching, that is Pirate Booty. But this stream probably won't go for much longer. I don't know. Even though I haven't done much so far. And of course, water. We need water. Thank you. Now we have to figure this out. So we have to figure out what this is supposed to do. So what I'm going to do is write this out in Notepad. So basically, I never really have to do this, but I think it's time. So every 60 seconds when command is run /Deathswap start. Yep, I spelled that wrong. /Deathswap start. Then it needs to, number one, it needs to
schedule event for 60 seconds later. So wait, this would need to be done, before I forget, this would need to be done inside of the timer event. So when the timer event is called, it'll schedule for 60 seconds. Okay. No. This event would need to be triggered when the slash start thing is. And that would be the only purpose of this. And that would literally be it. Okay. Okay, we'll take it. Okay. So now I at least have a clear objective. If you guys don't, then too bad. But finally, I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, that was really complicated to figure out what I was going to do there. But, more water. Basically, what I have concluded. This is, well, one, this is very much hurting my head, but two, when the command is fired, this event needs to be called. So basically, when the command is fired, it needs to trigger the swap timer. So this event does basically nothing in that case. So we're just going to delete that. This event literally is going to have nothing in it. Do we even need this? I don't think we do, and I don't think we even need this. We probably do in the end. No, we actually don't. Alright, we need that. But do we need this? We don't. And we don't need this. Or this. Do we? Alright. Perfect. We need pirate booty as well. I am in no way sponsored by Pirate Booty, but come on, it's pretty decent. But ASMR. But anyways, we have figured this out. So I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for this. Pat on the back. If you could subscribe. This was way too complicated to figure out. So subscribe today. Let me go on to my live stream. No way sponsored by Pirate Booty, but come on, it's yes, okay, it is working. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that I unmuted my mic successfully and stuff, and I was way too lazy to click the button to go into Stream Ads. So perfect. Now what we need to do is just have this event be called, which we already know how to do, but when the command is run. So inventory events is what I'm going to reference here. Because for this, wait, how does it open the inventory? Deathswap main events? No? Okay. Oh, I see how it works. So when the command is run, okay. I see. Else, we're just going to do another if statement, and that should work. Args, of course, 0 again, because it's the first arg after, I believe that's what it's saying, dot equals ignore case. And then we're going to need to do start. So now the start command actually has meaning. And then once that command is run, okay, we need to disable mobs really quickly. Oh. Well, first of all, we're going to disable that, and we're going to disable mobs. Kill at E type equals player. Perfect. We're going to run that again and again. So wait, now there's no entity left in the world. Oh, perfect. So there's no animals for me to torture? No. None. There must be an animal now. Yep, there was, because it loaded in new chunks. Perfect. Okay. So I am big brain,
by adding that feature more for me. I could probably also add in custom commands to like heal the player, but why do that? Okay. So now it needs to call that event. No. It needs to. I forgot. Of course I did. This is so dumb. No. The event does nothing. No, it does call the event. And then, it does call the event. And then it checks if it calls the event in that event handler. So when the command is run, aka the event is called, then it runs. Perfect. Could I put it in here? Yeah, but this is the commands thing, so I don't even know if that would work, really. I'm not even going to try. I like to keep things simple and clean. I mean, it's probably way more simple that way, but let's see how the docs say to do this. Okay? So, we're going to do Deathswap. Is it timer event or main events? Main events. No, timer event for that. Okay. So, timer event equals new Deathswap timer events. And then Deathswap timer event, and then of course there's no string that I could put in. Perfect. And then calls the event. Perfect. I'm just gonna add something that does that. I'm just gonna put // I'm just gonna say initializes. I don't know if that's really how I would say it usually. Initializes, I spelled that wrong. Of course I did. Show context actions change to initializes. No. Creates event to represent the Deathswap timer event. Deathswap timer event. And then calls the event to trigger the listener in the other event class. Deathswap main events. I know that's not exactly, but who cares? And then, of course, we need to call the class, like I said. So, finally. Alright. So then, okay, we could just honestly copy paste, but who cares? I'm going to put in the hard work. Get server get plugin manager, I believe. Yes, I've memorized this already. No, I have not. That is a complete lie. But .call event, and then event, of course, because we initialize the event, or however we kind of initialize the event as event, or created the event kind of variable, the event object, to I don't know what object-oriented programming really is supposed to be. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know how to tell if it is. But it might be that. It might be you're creating that as an object, which is way easier, it seems, like object-oriented programming, if that's what object-oriented programming is, for the win. Maybe not, probably not. Ignore what I'm saying. I'm probably just confusing anyone that knows nothing about programming. Bucket.get. How about .get server .get We don't need this. We just need to call the event. See, I'm learning. And then we need to call @event handler, and then from there, public void on on Deathswap start Deathswap timer event. Perfect. And then when that's called, the code will run. So if I just do get server, okay, never mind. Wait, bucket.getServer.getConsoleSender.send message. Will this even work, or doesn't it need a player to send? Whatever. Test. The famous test. Build artifacts. Now when I run the command, it should work. If not, we will continue. But also, let me check if my plugin.yml file is correct. Perfect. It seems like it is. /reload confirm /deathswap /deathswap start. Why isn't it working? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Why isn't it? Oh, probably because it needs to broadcast it because there's nothing to send that message to. I'm going to hope that that's the case. I'm going to pray that that's the case. Deathswap main events. So when this is triggered, it's going to... Yeah, because there is no console sender, really. I mean, it would have to transfer through classes. So bucket.getServer.broadcast message. Hi. Semicolon. Save, build artifacts, wait for it to be the correct time, /reload confirm /deathswap start. Oh, this sucks. All I want is for this thing to work. Do I have to make it wait in the event so that... But then on event trigger... Okay. Wait. Just, this is the most basic thing ever. Make things, just things. Why is my PC... Okay. What is the temperature? Documents. Open in new window. No, I did not mean to do that. Can we please? Documents. Open a new window. Yeah, my PC is getting kind of loud. Why is this? 67. What did it get so hot from? GPU temps? 75. Now that is not a good sign. I'm going to end the stream here in a second because of that. I'll start it up later, but I guess streaming is a bit intense. But let us see. Here, we're just going to check how I did it before. No, but that was, so that opened the GUI when I did that. So for this, it's not going to call the event. What I want it to do then is just run the event right away, or run the timer. So, I actually have player. How? Oh. Player.send message. Hi. Build artifacts, /reload confirm /death. We found a solution, folks. We have found a solution. And now I'm gonna try to program in the thing. Okay. But now I can't use the event handler thing. That's fine. It shouldn't need it. So now, schedule event. Schedule sync delayed task. $20 times 3. I'm guessing that's the number of seconds. Alright, so that's fine. So, we have player. Task, override, public void, run. Okay, so here's what needs to, okay, I see how this is supposed to work. Perfect. So, bucket, runnable, task, no, swap. We're just going to make it swap at a finite time, and then we're going to end equals new. And I do have another account to test this on. In fact, I should probably go have that account log into my server really quickly. And I should also probably grab this extension cord from under my desk and plug in its monitor, that account's monitor. Because I have another monitor near me for my brother, who sometimes plays on that computer, but not that much. But it's useful for debugging purposes, having another account just lying around. Alright, so why is it at that screen resolution? What the heck? It just crashed. Of course. No, don't do that. Let's close out of Minecraft and DaVinci Resolve. We don't need both of those. We need one of those. Alright, this is not the right screen resolution. I don't know what happened to this computer. Taskbar settings. Please load. Background, I can barely reach this. Oh wait, home. And then system. Then display settings. Of course it's at... Why would it recommend to me a 1280 by 720 screen resolution? That makes absolutely no sense. Let us unplug. And plug back in. Lead display. And if not, then I don't care. But if so, then I've been shutting down the computer instead for all these years. So I don't need to shut down the computer. I just need to change. Oh, I am really stupid. Tell me something I didn't know. Anyways, proceed, direct connection, connect to my PC. I hate this. I have to restart the game on a slow computer like my brother's. Well, it's not really that slow necessarily. It's just not cutting edge speeds like mine well, mine's not the fastest either, don't get me wrong. But it starts up in like 10 seconds. I got like, it'll start up like Minecraft, let's say in like 7 seconds. It's fine. Not slow. But that computer over there, in between, it's like a 2015 laptop. Which, I mean, even if you got a new cutting-edge 2020 laptop, it would probably be about as good as a 2018, 2019 desktop, maybe 2017. Just because of the fact, depending on what parts are in it, of course. More like 2018, 2019. But because laptop parts are designed to be less powerful so that they use up less power and generate less heat. Yeah. Anyways, back to programming this because, oh, finally, Minecraft is opening. Anyways. Okay. So then, what it needs to run is, it needs to teleport 2 players simultaneously. Okay, so it needs to get one of their last locations. Okay, wait. We're just going to look this up. Swap the location of 2 players bucket. Alright. A Deathswap minigame, of course. That's fine. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. I see how this should work. Players equals. Okay, so this is a good check to make sure there's actually multiple players. Can't swap with 0 or 1 players. Bucket.get online players. Okay, that's a good check. That's a decent check. What's wrong with this? What? We're just going to type out all the code. Okay, what's wrong with this? On line 43. Alright, so then we'd probably need to... Okay, I see. So, I also need to disable the weather. What enable/disable precipitation? Perfect. Did I disable the night? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So my code all works. Weather is now disabled. Perfect. And of course, if I were to enable it again, it would not start raining, but it would allow it to rain again. But, anyways. Oh, so it does actually need a semicolon. Task.run. What? Alright, what's it called? Swap.run task later. This, comma, and then it would need to be run the task 20*3, 20*. We'll do it every 10 seconds for debugging purposes. Not 60. I should have rethought that when I was doing this. It's definitely going to have to be 10 seconds for debugging purposes. Okay, but anyways. So if players.length equals 2. Now what's concerning to me, org.bucket, okay. So then this is obviously incorrect. Player. Alright, so we're going to delete all of this and just get that first piece of code to work. So it's... Why can it not be... What? Well, here's the thing. Does it need to be in an event handler? What? So it can't be in here. So that's just not going to work. That's great. We're done with the stream for today. I need to find out how I'm ever supposed to do this. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Bye. Bye, bye.